Okay, so this is Justin for the final sprint for graphics here. So the first one was the fog demo. So for the first step of that was to set up the texture light shader and the HLSL file. So went ahead and made the register here for that. And I believe everything else other than the adding in the fog shader from here, so you can see it's not using any of the stuff from the buffer here in the fog. So the next step was the shader class. So I'll show that real quick. So in the constructor for it, it's setting up the fog buffer right here. Then it also had to change the set to context function to use the buffers that we just created in the HLSL. So that's all good there. And then in the DirectX app, here in the draw scene, renders the objects, and I believe that should be it, setting the texture of the graphics object and all the ambient diffuse and everything. Oh, let me just find where I put the draw. So right here it's setting the fog parameters 525 and setting it to aquamarine, getting the eye position, setting the light parameters, and then rendering the two. So I'll show that real quick. Once it loads eventually. Alright, so you can see, oops. So you can see here, really close to it, not doing anything, zoom away, and it fades into aquamarine. Also the other cube there. So that is working like that. Next up was the mirror. Versus the texture HLSL, and setting this up to combine the light values. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. I do believe that was just about it. This also has fog parameters in it as well, but I don't believe it uses it. So then next, here in the shader light, let's see. We had to add in the one of the functions here, send world and material, and then in the DirectX app here, where most of the fun happened. So the first step was setting rendering everything that was in front of the mirror, the planes, the object one, setting up the lighting, sending the lights, setting the world, and then rendering it. Step 2 was pretty much nothing changed in that. Step 3, so the steps we did was setting obviously the texture light context, setting the light, flipping the world's matrix of the object, then rendering it, then sending the color and location of the plane. So first we had to set the context of that using the other shader, then setting the world and color, rendering that. Stopping the use of the stencil and changing the windings. Step 4 and 5 pretty much remained unchanged. So all of that ends up looking like this. Don't know why it takes so much longer to load. I load these beforehand so they're quicker, but so as we can see, it's got lighting, the textures, and it's also got the mirror. And then I'll zoom out here to make sure that there's nothing weird going on. So that should be good. Awesome. So that's it for this sprint. Thanks.